Tonight on the Olympic Zone.
Please welcome the Nigerian bobsled team.
They are dancing into Pyeongchang and racing into history.
Nigeria making its Winter Olympics debut here.
Meet the women who have brought Nigeria to the Winter Olympics for the first time. Plus, go inside a Korean dream factory where K-pop kids are training to become the world's next big thing.
One day I thought maybe I could be like them if I try hard.
And she's come from nowhere to become America's best.
She was absolutely brilliant.
Now Brady Tennell is ready for her Olympic close-up in front of a global audience.
I've imagined it a million times. It's every little girl's dream to go to the Olympics.
Next on the Olympic Zone.
Hello everyone and welcome to News Channel 21's Olympic Zone. I'm Lee Anderson.
And I'm Dakota Kendall. We begin tonight with a local athlete to watch.
Due to Michaela Schifrin's withdrawing from the ladies downhill, one of Central Oregon's own is set to compete. Loren Ross will ski 10th in the event tonight against Lindsey Vaughn and the rest of the field. Vaughn will ski 7th. The downhill starts in about 90 minutes at 6 o'clock. Also on prime time, one team in the women's bobsled field ventured far outside their comfort zones to make the Olympic Games.
That's right, Lee. The Nigerian bobsled team has generated plenty of buzz there and here in the U.S. And tonight, these women will finally see the start line. Here's NBC's Rich Lerner.
Please welcome the Nigerian bobsled team.
They do have a gift, don't they? Making friends wherever they go.
How much love are you getting from your fellow Olympians around the village?
Our pins are a hot commodity here.
Yeah! Making friends, making history.
Nigeria making its Winter Olympics debut here.
Sean, Ngozi, and Akama, American born to Nigerian parents, the first ever Winter Olympians from Nigeria.
What's the reaction back in Nigeria?
It's been absolutely amazing and overwhelming.
We just recently came back from Nigeria and the reception was crazy.
All three came from track and field, Sean running the 100 hurdles in the Olympics 6 years ago in London.
Having to be very strong and super fast, it all kind of transfers very well.
Sean originally hatched the idea. They trained on a wooden sled back home in Houston.
Green! White!
Qualified in Calgary, where the first Jamaican bobsled team competed at the 1988 Winter Olympics.
How many times have you heard, oh, cool runnings too?
1,000,001 times.
Yeah.
1,000,003 today. Yeah.
I'm guilty. They're running with the publicity, but with respect for the sport as well. 16 curves, 80 miles per hour demands it.
You have to be able to see it before it comes, because once you go, there's no stopping at that point. You know, there's a level of seriousness that actually needs to be, we can't hide our personalities, obviously, but we actually grind harder.
And groove better. From the ladies who brought a little bobsled bounce to the Ellen Show, a dance lesson.
Yeah, so now just step and drop. Oh, up and down, yeah, up and down, yeah, see you, Rich.
And a life lesson.
It's okay to conquer the fear of the unknown. It's okay to take risks. You should never be handicapped by that fear. You're limitless. Anything is possible.
And tonight's competition should see decent conditions. Let's head over to Emily now, who has a look at the forecast for the Olympic City. Emily?
Well, yeah, looks pretty nice in South Korea this evening. Temperatures right around the freezing mark. Winds aren't too breezy today, actually. Looking at partly cloudy skies. So here's a look at the temperatures in South Korea right now. And now, again, that blue box that's below the temperature is what it feels like outside. So again, wind chill not playing a huge factor today. So that's good news there for the athletes. Going through the afternoon, temperatures just warming into the lower 30s and upper 30s closer to the coast. And as we get into the overnight, temperatures returning into the 20s and the teens. So should be a good day of competition weather-wise out in South Korea. Lee, will send it back to you.
Brady Tennell is no doubt the breakout star of the U.S. figure skating team this season. The 20-year-old national champion enters the ladies short program tonight, looking to make the folks home in Illinois proud. Here's NBC's Natalie Morales.
The Olympic Zone, brought to you by Silk, official almond milk of U.S. figure skating.
Oh my goodness, she's never been under this type of pressure, and that's her first skate.
She was absolutely brilliant.
Coming here was such an achievement for me. It definitely wouldn't have been possible without the support that I've had from everybody in my hometown and my family. And, you know, the rink is kind of like my family too, so I'm super excited.
I would like to see 4 revolutions for each position, please. And thank you.
I'm really excited that I can skate with an Olympian. I dream about going to the Olympics just like Brady.
Eyes up.
I really love teaching the little ones because I know they look up to me, but I also get to see some of myself in them.
Good job today.
This is home, Twin Rinks Ice Pavilion, where Brady has worked with the same coach, surrounded by familiar faces, since she was 9 years old. A decade later, they've all watched Brady blossom into a serious contender this season, with her sights set on Pyeongchang.
She is by far the most consistent skater in this event.
When she started hitting the elements, I thought, okay, this is going to be awesome.
Brady owned that.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's over. Like, I just did it.
145.7.
When she won, I burst out in tears, as did many of us, as if it was our child, because that's how we think of her. She's one of our own.
This place has definitely been Brady's extended family. There's no question. I mean, we literally watched her grow up here.
Even with her newfound success, Brady is still the same old Brady. Most at home at Twin Rinks, but eager to compete on the biggest stage in the world.
I pictured myself there on the podium. I've imagined it 1,000 times, a million times. It's every little girl's dream to go to the Olympics.
And Brady will be the first competitor to skate in tonight's ladies short program on NBC. 5 days left in the Winter Olympic Games, and the U.S. may not even end up in the top 5 teams. Dakota Kendall has the latest on the Olympic medal count. Dakota?
Lee, the U.S. does have a few chances to medal tonight, but for now, America has been knocked out of the top 5. France now has moved into the 5th spot with 13 medals overall. 2 gold medals on day 11 of the Games puts Canada up to 3rd, and Norway remains our leader with 29 medals overall. Lee, back to you.
Coming up, many of the country's best athletes are some of the youngest. We investigate how early specialization really affects young athletes as they grow. Next, stay with us. It's a long road to the Olympics, but for some, the path is longer than for others. A.J. Cotto explored the trend of athletes specializing younger and younger. She joins us now with more. A.J.?
Lee, early sports specialization is when young athletes focus on one sport year-round at an early age. Some say it leads to injury and burnout. Others say it's necessary to reach elite levels. I've talked to coaches at Bend Endurance Academy about how they help kids be competitive without sacrificing health or enjoyment.
It's all in the timing. A race against the clock. The countdown to competition. But how many ticks should you wait before going for the gold?
Early sports specialization is youth athletes specializing in one sport at an early age.
It all started with my mom and dad putting me on skis when I was pretty young. I was about 2 when they started me skiing.
Reitler Hodgert's run has always been crystal clear.
It was never a question if I was going to go into anything but Nordic skiing.
He has gone full circle at Bend Endurance Academy. Student of Olympian Ben Hughesby, successful competitor, now guiding the next generation.
We train 6 days a week as much as we can, and we've got great coaches and resources.
Hodgert chose to specialize early, but says that's not the push at BEA.
Our mission is to get kids outside and active.
The academy offers youth programs in climbing, mountain biking, and Nordic skiing.
We have a lot of kids that do participate in a certain sport at a young age, but a lot of them also participate in even all three of our sports.
Diversity helps prevent burnout and lack of enjoyment, often felt by those who specialize.
Skiing is my only competitive sport, but I participate in a lot of sports, and I think it definitely helps with your athleticism and being active, and just keeps you in better shape by competing in more than just one sport.
Still, many of the approximately 60 million young athletes in the U.S. are feeling the pressure to choose. A new study found nearly half of all high school athletes specialize in just one sport, and they're doing it 2 years earlier than current professional athletes did.
One of the biggest arguments against early sports specialization is the stress these repetitive motions can put on a growing body.
Evidence shows high school athletes who specialize are 70% more likely to suffer an injury. BEA counters this with what's known as antagonistic strength training.
So for climbers, we're always pulling. So we're pulling down with our hands. So we would add in something with our youth kids where we're doing lots of push exercises.
BEA wants young athletes to reach new heights, but measures achievement on a different scale.
I'll keep skiing for the rest of my life, so I would consider that as a success of the program, that I'll be an active individual. I'll be outside for as long as I possibly can.
A perspective that puts time on your side.
Most experts agree there's a correlation between the number of hours spent practicing and training and the level of achievement. But whether or not intense practice needs to begin very young and exclude other sports is still up for debate. AJ Cotto, News Channel 21.
We're taking a quick break. Stay with us.
Still to come on the Olympic Zone, K-pop has become an international sensation.
At first, I was just envying them because they're shiny and amazing.
We go inside a school that's hoping to groom Korea's next big thing.
If you've been on YouTube, you've probably seen the video for Gangnam Style. But did you know it's a K-pop hit?
Yeah, that video is actually at 3 billion views and counting, and put K-pop on the map in the West. NBC's Gotti Schwartz visited Seoul, where a special K-pop school is grooming the next generation of stars.
The lines for auditions stretch up 3 flights of stairs. While in room after room, head-bobbing, arm-locking K-pop.
My dream is K-pop singer.
These are the first steps for those dreaming of the bright and dancey world of one of South Korea's biggest exports, K-pop, first exploding on the world stage with superstar Psy. And his Can't Get It Out of Your Head tune, Oppang Gangnam Style. His hands, now art and soul. But that was 6 years ago, and Gangnam Style has transformed into captivating choreography of boy groups and girl groups taking the world by Korean dance storm. One of the largest, BTS, beating out Bieber and Selena Gomez as the top social artists in last year's Billboard Music Awards. And at the Deaf Dance School, K-pop kids watch videos of their favorite stars.
Which one of these is your favorite?
Red Velvet or Oh My God.
Students like Deborah Sim try out for slots with bigger dance companies that will help cast and mold them into stardom.
At first, I was just envying them because they're shiny and amazing. And one day I thought maybe I could be like them if I try hard.
The kids say some of their parents were skeptical.
They wanted me to be teacher or diplomat.
They wanted you to be a teacher or a diplomat.
Until they see how committed their kids can be, practicing every day after studying, where Young Sung-gyu says, unlike school, the students always want to come to class.
You go to school to get a nice job at the end, like after the universities. But now, people recognize singers as a professional job.
And their moves looked kind of easy. So I jumped in for a quick sesh. And I learned the biggest takeaways from this Gangnam Dance School. K-pop is life, and K-pop is really, really, really hard.
Gangnam Style.
Do you have your best impression of Gangnam Style?
You know, it would embarrass several generations of my family if I were to try that on television.
Yeah, it probably would.
I would guarantee that. Gotti Schwartz, Gangnam Style.
Yeah, that was great.
Stick around. Your chance to win a Hoodoo Ski Area prize package is next. We'll be right back.
My name's Julia Mancuso. I'm a 4-time Olympic medalist.
She's got gold, Julia Mancuso!
Now, for the first time ever, I'm coming to the Winter Games as a spectator. From the mountains of Pyeongchang to the city of Seoul. This is Julia's best in snow.
Welcome to Pyeongchang, South Korea for the Old Folks Olympic Games. Today we are going to see some performances. I don't know how good they'll be. First up, it'll be over the hill, Luke Van Valen. Oh my, Luke Van Valen goes large. Unfortunately, the skis don't go with him. Johnny Mosley dropping in now on his first and only run. Wow, the most amazing spread eagle I've seen in 50 years. And last but certainly not least, Julie Mancuso, the last run to win it all. Oh my gosh, a perfect 100. Mic drop, Julie Mancuso.
That night skiing looked fun, huh? You know where you can night ski in Central Oregon? Hoodoo. It's time for your chance to win a Hoodoo prize pack. All you have to do is answer some Olympic trivia. Yesterday, we asked why the Olympics were suspended between 36 and 48. The answer is, of course, World War II. Katie Reeves of Bend was our trivia winner for the weekend. Katie will be in touch to get you your Hoodoo prize pack. And today we're asking, who is the only American to win gold in both the Winter and Summer Olympics for 2 different sports? Is it Apollo Anton Ono, Bonnie Blair, or Eddie Egan? If you know the answer, head to our website's homepage to vote and enter to win those Hoodoo tickets. And be sure to check back here on the Olympic Zone tomorrow for another chance to win. And while you're on the homepage, you have 2 more days to bid on some Ralph Lauren closing ceremony hats and gloves featuring wool from right here in Central Oregon. Dakota Kendall has the details on how you can win. Dakota?
That's right. We're raising money for Oregon Adaptive Sports here in Bend by auctioning off a little piece of Team USA. You can head to our website's homepage and click the Bid Now button on the auction banner. Bidding ends this Thursday, February 22nd. We'll reach out to the 2 highest bidders and get them their prizes. Lee, back to you.
Thanks, Dakota. We're taking a quick break. Coming up, a look ahead at NBC Primetime. Stay with us. Thanks for joining us here on News Channel 21's Olympic Zone. Make sure to record Primetime tonight.
That's right. Bend ski racer Loren Ross is set to ski her 2nd competition of the Winter Games. She'll be competing in the ladies' downhill event against Lindsey Vonn and the rest of the field.
We'll be back tomorrow with the very latest on the Winter Olympic Games, but for now we say good night and enjoy. Here's Mike Tirico.
Hi there, Mike Tirico at the International Broadcast Center. Coming up tonight on NBC, we'll see the fastest event in women's alpine skiing as Lindsey Vonn seeks another gold medal in the women's downhill. 8 years ago in Vancouver, Vonn's signature Olympic performance came in this event. It's the first night of ladies figure skating. Be with us right at the start. Brady Tennell of the U.S. is slated to skate live as we come on the air. Plus, women's bobsled, the U.S. with multiple medal contenders, Alana Myers-Taylor and Jamie Grubel-Poser. All that and more coming up tonight in primetime on NBC. And now, let's get a temperature check for the Pyeongchang area.